Hey guys! What's up? In this video I want to talk to you about the Yearning on the Water banner that drops tomorrow and the battle between Eternity's Euphoria number 1 and Eternity's Euphoria number 2. Do you need this Euphoria number 2? Should you use it? When should you use it? What is this all about to Euphorias, right? There is still a huge discussion going on, so we're gonna clear things up. Thanks for interrupting me again, Semmelweis. Starting off talking about this banner that you see right here on your screen, the Yearning of the Water banner that drops tomorrow and features both Baccarola and Flutterpage. That is a gigabait. Why do I say this? Because it features two top tier characters. Both Baccarola and Flutterpage are incredibly valuable and good characters. So how could this possibly be a bait? What if I don't have any of these characters? I don't have Baccarola and I don't have Flutterpage. Why should I not pull on this banner? You know, it can't be. It's like a must pull. That's what it looks like. I know. That's why I call this not only a bait banner, but a gigabait, because it is extremely tempting to everyone, especially if they lack both of these characters. So why in the world is this a bait banner? You know, it's very, very simple, because the second anniversary is around, and yeah, while Baccarola and Flutterpage are both top tier and very, very good, you simply have better characters to pull for in version 2.8. You get the new best character in the entire game with Nautica. That's kind of a must pull. And even if you like somehow say, hey, I will skip this Blood Tide team, that's not for me, I don't like the mechanic, or whatever it might be, I don't have the resources, I don't own any of the characters and it would be too expensive for me, you know, cool, fine. Then, even if that's the case, you still must pull for Lucy then, as you get Ulrich for free. You had a lot of opportunities now to obtain Ezra, so, and one is slot in, you know, so you must play this Dynamo team. Then you have to, there's no way around it, you have to in version 2.8 either go and play the Blood Tide team or the Dynamo team if you don't want to go for both. Additionally, you also have a very, very strong Euphoria banner there with like Semmelweis and Medicine Pocket, you know, everyone is in there, so you also pretty likely have to or want to invest into this Euphoria banner as well. And now if we look back, we had Recoleta, we had Aleph, we had Hisabeth, we had Kiparina, and we had the bait with Mercuria, we now have this Getian banner, and now tomorrow Baccarola and Flutterpage. So, you know, the Assassin's Creed collaboration is around. So many tempting hardcore baits, you know, and after all of this stuff, now they drop Baccarola and Flutterpage. Like, of course people are gonna go hella broke and then have to spend money. In version 2.8 there will simply be no way around it, or you will extremely miss out and destroy your account. And that's exactly, of course, what Bluepaw is going for here. They throw tempting after tempting after tempting banners at you, so that you waste all of your resources and you don't have enough for version 2.8 for the second anniversary, and then you're gonna spend money, right? That's like the obvious plan. That's what every gacha game in existence does. That's just a thing. That's how the game works. That's why I tell you, hey, stay strong. Don't pull for these characters. They are extremely hardcore bait. You need your resources elsewhere. I'm sending you my energy. I guess that won't work anyways, but I'm just here. All I can do is try my best and warn you. Now let's move on to Eternity. Alright, here is Eternity's Euphoria number 1. Let's go over what makes this so incredibly useful and so good. Why should you use this Euphoria number 1? Of course, it grants like max HP. It is all about damage increase, like in forms of critical hit rate and critical damage. It grants you some damage taken reduction as well. The true juicer here, the reason why you play this you would play this Euphoria, is because that after you attack, all of your allies lose 10% of their max HP. So that's why you would play this Euphoria, as if you have Nautica and Semmelweis in your team, those two both have the ability that whenever an ally loses HP, they increase the blood tide by a crazy amount, especially if you play both in the same team, right? So whenever one of your allies, they take damage, that fills the blood tide. That's the ability of Nautica and Semmelweis. Now with Eternity, she synergizes with this beautifully because, as I said, after you attack, all of your allies take damage. Pretty good amount of damage even, because it is 10% of their current HP. So that is what Eternity needs to do, because she is, with this Euphoria, played in the support spot, and the support spot in the Blood Tide archetype team needs to fill the Blood Tide as much as possible. That's the whole purpose. And this is exactly what this Euphoria number 1 from Eternity does. That's what makes it so good. Okay, now let's do the same thing for Euphoria number 2. And here it is, one more time for the last time. That's the last time I'm gonna talk about this. We did go over this Euphoria multiple times, so I'm not gonna read it all over again or something like that. What this Euphoria boils down to is an extreme damage boost. You don't have the blood tide generation that you would have from the Euphoria number 1. And what that leads to is, let me change the screen real quick to explain this a little bit more convenient. If we look at the blood tide team, here it is on your screen by the way, then of course, right, we find out Nautica is of course the main DPS, Semmelweis is the sub DPS, then Sentinel is the best in slot for the support slot, because the support slot again needs to fill the blood tide as much as possible. No other character in this game would fill the blood tide as much as Sentinel does. That's why she's the support here. And then of course we have Medicine Pocket as the healer. Self-explanatory, your team plays around HP percentages, and Medicine Pocket does that better than any other healer in this game. And now comes in Eternity. If we talk about her Euphoria number 1, as we just did, then you can replace Sentinel with Eternity and play Eternity as the support, because her Euphoria number 1 fills the blood tide very, very well as well. That is why Sentinel is not a must pull. She's the best in slot in this blood tide team, but not a must pull, because Eternity exists with her Euphoria number 1. Easy as that. Now things get a little bit more interesting when we talk about Eternity's Euphoria number 2 though, because now this team becomes a little bit more flexible if you would want it. Let me start off by saying that this Euphoria number 2 update for Eternity will, for 99% of the player base, be completely irrelevant, because if you want to play the Blood Tide team, then you know for a very, very, very long time that you have to have Semmelweis. And she is obtainable. She has a permanent banner. She's constantly in the Euphoria banner. She will be in the Euphoria banner in version 2.8. Yada yada. You had like half a year, if not more, to obtain Semmelweis at this point, non-stop. So everyone will have Semmelweis if they commit to this Blood Tide team. There's no question about it. Otherwise you would be a little bit stupid, I'm gonna be honest. Now, if you are a little bit stupid and you don't, for some reason that I cannot explain, don't have Semmelweis, then this is where Eternity can come in, and you now, with Eternity's Euphoria number 2, are able to play her as the sub DPS. You can only do that though if you have Sentinel. If you play Eternity as the sub DPS here in this Blood Tide team, then Eternity turns into a must pull, because now with, like, if you wouldn't have Sentinel either, you don't have Semmelweis and you don't have Eternity, you don't have Semmelweis and you don't have Sentinel, then you cannot play Eternity's Euphoria number 2, because now no one in this team fills the Blood Tide anymore to an extent that would be enough. So this team would kind of become unplayable. You would throw Nautica's potential out of the window, and that would be the dumbest thing you could ever do. So again, if you play Eternity's Euphoria number 2, Sentinel becomes a must pull. Now Sentinel fills the Blood Tide in this team, and Eternity increases the damage output for this team by a pretty big amount. So now, what does this Eternity Euphoria number 2 do? It makes the team a little bit more versatile, and you have now the opportunity to switch roles and characters around more than you would have before, right? Now you can replace Semmelweis in this team if you really wanted to. That is not at all recommended, but it is a possibility, and that's why this Eternity Euphoria number 2 is here for, and that is what it does. I want to stress something really quick to end this video off. Don't fall for the stupidity that people spread around the internet, that you could like replace Nautica in any way, shape or form in this team. That is not possible. If you don't have Nautica, you can't play Blood Tide, and if someone tries to tell you something else, they are wrong and they don't understand this game. So there you go. Eternity Euphoria number 1 fills the support slot for the Blood Tide team. Eternity Euphoria number 2 now gives us the potential to replace Semmelweis and put Eternity as the sub DPS. If we do, Sentinel turns into a must pull. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope that was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, don't forget to join the Discord server. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.